MINDIA, Mind of India.
When we look at the trees in the Bangalore, the number of trees are dwindling over a period of time. As per our survey, there is about 14 lakh 78,000 trees are there for a population of 95 lakh. That means for every 7 person, one tree is there. But 7 trees are required for every person to meet the oxygen requirement. And also the trees does a wonderful job like groundwater recharge, moderating the microclimate, etc. Now when we look at the developmental part taken up by the government, so for example the flyover, there is a way to save the trees and have the development also.
So 2013 this flyover was conceptualized, and at that point in time it was just a 2.5 kilometer flyover stretch from Kendriya Sadan until Ejipura signal. At some point these ramps were introduced. Before the ramps were introduced, the department had sought the felling of 39 trees. After the ramps were introduced, the permission for felling trees went to 67. 67 trees needed to be felled.
We don't want the project to be stalled, but the action of in terms of looking at how they can protect the trees and the environment, especially the 67 trees axing and felling of these trees. So we are against the felling of the trees, not against the flyover. So what our main contention is to keep the trees which are there on the sidewalks. Now when you have a flyover, the traffic is already distributed, on 2 layers, the top layer as well as the bottom layer. And now again they're looking at road widening, they say, which is against the original plan.
As residents, in order to save as many trees as possible, we undertook a short citizens assessment of the trees, and we felt that many trees need not have to be felled for the construction of the flyover.
And the solution that we can find is to give a proper consultation with the local residents as well as taking into the expert committee. And I also request them to look at the tree expert committee and also the biodiversity committee of Bangalore, which has to be really ramped up with a lot of experts and the local citizens.
The government can restrict the addition of more road capacity only to the limited shade going vehicle, the present alignment where they are raising the pillars from the median and building that, and avoid any additional ramps which would encroach on the alignment of trees. I think this is the best way where you can actually compromise or balance between both saving ecology and minimizing ecological impact, as well as adding some extra road capacity for vehicles to move.
For any region, for the people to be livable, there has to be a appropriate the environment. That is where the trees provide. Today's landscape, when we look at it, it's almost 86% is concretized. For any region to be livable, as per the norm, we should have had 33% green cover. That 33% green cover is not there. That is where there is oxygen deficiency in the city and also the water scarcity in the city. So I hope the government will take the suggestion and come up with the appropriate design so that removal of the tree become the last option, not the first option for the decision makers of the today.
MINDIA, Mind of India.